Okay, this is the Sony KV1212 I'm working on for a buddy of mine. The symptoms are pretty straightforward. I've got it plugged in and you pull the power, nothing happens. Okay, everything, lights come on but nobody's home. So I did a lot of voltage checks and I could see that it just, the low B plus was working, but the horizontal oscillator would not start. And when it wouldn't start, I had looked at the circuit here, tried to figure out what was going on, and I kept seeing that the horizontal drive uses the 18.2 volts here, but this is derived from the flyback action itself. So in other words, once the flyback gets started, the low volt, the 18.2 volts comes from this winding right here, filtered, and it gets used. Okay, great, that's fantastic, but you got to get started, otherwise there's no 18.2 volts coming out of the flyback. And this is kind of new for me. I've never messed with a TV like this before, so I got to think, well, how in the heck can this thing start oscillating without having voltage already there? Sort of like, you know, the chicken and the egg. Then I realized, well, it's got to have some way to kickstart it. So I started digging around a little bit, and that's when I got into right here. Now, this is the horizontal drive. This is where everything starts. You've got to get oscillations happening here in order to drive everything else. So let's take a close look at this. And I noticed that we had 129 volt. That's the regular low voltage supply that comes right off the lines. You take the mains, and it has just a simple rectifier and capacitor, filter cap, you know, just regular old half-wave rectifier. It's supposed to have a full wave, but for some reason it doesn't. Anyway, so I go, fantastic. Ooh, well, wait. Here's the 18.2 volts that it actually runs on, but here's this 129 volts with this 4 MF cap through a little resistor here. Why would they do that? What the heck is this all about? And this needs to kick off for this to run. So I knew I had to get voltage here to get this whole thing started. Then it finally dawned on me, maybe it's some kind of a bootstrap type cap. And I'm using that term because basically what happens is you get a jolt of B plus, boom. This cap, this 4 MF electrolytic cap, will quickly charge, and while it's charging, current will flow through it, and energize the system long enough to get the oscillator in motion. Once the oscillator is in motion, this 18.2 volts will now be generated by the flyback action, and this cap will charge up anyway, so it's going to stop conducting, and so it's just out of the picture. You turn the TV off, cap discharges, and the next time you turn it back on again, it charges, flows current, starts the system starts, supplies 18.2. So I go, I have a feeling that could be my issue. So what we did, I located that cap right here. It's hard to see it, but it's this little guy, 513. It's a 4 MF cap. I didn't happen to have a 4 MF cap, but I did happen to have a 2.2 MF cap. So what we're going to do here to test this out, I've already tested, I know it's going to work, I wouldn't be making this video otherwise. But anyway, I'm going to just bridge over this. My assumption is that cap is bad, that 513 cap is bad. It's so bad that, and the way I really found it initially was I just simply put a voltmeter expecting to see a pulse of B plus come across it, and nothing happened. I suppose if I had an ESR meter, I could be reading this cap. Of course, there's a 50,000 electrolytic, so that's not really the way to find it. You really need to understand what's going on. So what we're going to do is we're going to bridge over that cap with this bad boy and see if we can make it start. So anyway, in fact, what I'll do is I'll just turn it on. It should work just like this. Now keep an eye on her. I got to kind of pay attention here. I don't want to be stupid, so I got polarity right. So I'm going to just bridge over that cap. Geez, I wish I had better light. Let me go try to get some more light on what's happening. Boy. Here, hold on. It's kind of tough. Alright, here we go. I've got the cap ID'd. I know what I'm doing. I hope. I'm going to bridge cap 513 and boot this bad boy up. And
are they dangerous?
bingo.
Can we still use the
That's all it took. Got the cap, close the circuit, bingo. And we're good to go. So, there you go. I'm going to work on the color here a little bit. Looks like it needs a little more red drive. Let's see what the red drive is. Well, I'll have to figure that part out. But that was it. That's all it took. So, I don't know. This is not my normal area. You could work on tube sets, but I'm going to call that a boot up cap, for lack of a better term. You've got to kick off the horizontal system, give it a momentary jolt of power so it can start oscillating, so it can start functioning. And once it starts functioning, then it will supply its own voltage, and you're good to go. It's sort of like an alternator will run a car. Once you get the car started, you can take the battery out, and it'll just keep on going. At least it used to in old cars. New cars, you probably explode the computer or something doing that. But that's the booger right there. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and remove that cap and put the correct value in there, and we'll call this one done. More later when I get it a little more prettied up. Hope you enjoy it.